What's up there, guys? It's Mac. Hope you guys are well. Here we have a new clone system. You may have seen that I did a review about a retro system already. The pictures over here, you can see the video. It's in the links as well in the description, so do check that one out. It was Super Retro Trio HD Plus. This was done by a company called 8Bit. It was a triple system that played the NES, the SNES, and also the Mega Drive, which is pretty much what I was looking for in HD. But unfortunately, there was a few issues in that system, and I had to return it because I just wasn't happy with the quality of the actual image. The SNES especially wasn't just showing the type of HD that I'm used to from obviously looking at a SNES Mini. It just was a bit grainy, and the Mega Drive had a few issues as well. But do check that video out as well if you want to see a bit more in-depth detail about the actual testing and obviously how it functioned and the actual visuals as well. Now what I have here is a 8-bit and a 16-bit system. They just call it 8-bit and they just call it 8-bit and 16-bit HD. I bought this from Amazon purely because I just wanted the Amazon reassurance and obviously their warranty process, because I just feel that Amazon's a trusted seller. But actually, if you look closely, where I've actually bought it from was actually was a company called TripleMGadgets, and they are basically the sellers on the Amazon website. So I actually will post two links in the description below where you can actually see this system for yourself. They have a UK website where you can purchase this from. It's a bit more expensive than the actual Amazon link, so surprisingly, by just about £3. So I bought this from Amazon UK, and it came with about £3 shipping as well. So I paid about, I think it was £89.99 selling price with about shipping as well. So it came to £92.84. You can see the image of where I bought it from. This was the Amazon link. But if you actually look at the website, the reseller on this Amazon post is actually TripleMGadgets as well. So they are actually the official sellers on the Amazon link. So that's where I bought it from. But you can also go directly to their website. I'll post that in the link as well, where they have the actual website as well, where they also sell the HD Retro Nintendo NES and SNES Twin Console. That's what they call it. It hasn't got a proper name other than just a description of what it is. It says it plays in HD and it's at $94.99. They also have the standard version, which I believe doesn't have the HDMI output, which is obviously, again, it's good for if you want to play on a CRT screen, but I personally want it to be in HD, so this is what I've been looking for. So the non-HD version is $54.99, and they've also got the Famicom version as well. Now the difference between this and obviously the triple system that I bought previously was that this, I'm hoping that it's going to play in HD, because I'll just unbox this as well, by the way, while I talk about it. As you can see from the back, it's also got a composite output as well, so you can plug this up to your CRT TV if that's what you wish, but you've also got the HDMI output as well, so that's great to have. And it comes with two clone system controllers. One's obviously the Super Nintendo lookalike, another one is more of a Famicom lookalike actually, so it's got the gold coloring, so it's actually like a Nintendo Famicom, the family computer, which is also the NES system that everyone's used to, Nintendo Entertainment System. It comes with two controller ports on the front, which is obviously for the Super Nintendo, and on the side you've got the two NES ports for the NES system as well. So you can basically use the official control pad if you want. Now the main thing that I'm hoping this one is going to do is that because it's advertised as an American system, it says it's an NTSC console that also plays in the UK. And what I really like about the design as well is that it takes after the SNES Junior, which is what I really like. Unfortunately, in the UK and obviously in Europe, we didn't receive the SNES Junior. It wasn't a system that we actually had. It was like a revision version of the Super Nintendo that the NTSC region and Japan, I believe, got a Famicom edition as well, a Super Famicom edition with their coloring. So as you can see, this is more of the Super Famicom coloring. It's got the purple buttons and obviously with the grey, so this is where it takes after, and it's also advertised as an NTSC console. So I'm absolutely hoping that this system, unlike the Super Retro Trio HD Plus that I reviewed previously, it's going to be playing it in 60 Hertz, which is obviously native to the original systems itself and the games itself, rather than playing it in 50 Hertz, which is obviously something that I don't really want at all. If I'm going to get this clone system, I would want it to be playing in HD and in 60 Hertz frame rate, and nothing less, nothing more. So yeah, so this is the console system itself. It comes with the NES clone controller, as you can see here, and you've also got the Super Nintendo clone controller right here. Again, nice layout, nice shape. I like the shape of the NES system controller because it obviously is more rounded, so it's more comfortable in your hands other than the original official square system. You've got also cool, so you've actually got a 3-pin plug as well, which is quite nice. The Super Retro Trio came with just a 2-pin plug, which I needed to get my own adapter for, but this is nice to see that they've got a 3-pin plug right there, so I can plug it straight into our UK power supply. This is really cool as well. It actually comes with a NES to Famicom adapter. This plugs directly into the NES cartridge slot, and then you can play Famicom games as well, because obviously the shape of it is a bit different compared to the American and the Power Region NES carts. So that's really cool. What else do you get in the box? You also get a HDMI cable. Cool that they provide that. And you also get composite cables as well, so you can plug in to your normal CRT screen if you so wish. But I personally would rather plug it in via HDMI, obviously. Nothing else in the box. That's pretty much it. So yeah, what I really want to test with this system is, I mean, it's just so cool. You've got the reset button right there. You've got the 8-bit and the 16-bit versions right there, selection. So obviously the 8-bit being the NES and the 16-bit being the SNES. So both systems there, you've got the NES ports to the side, and you've got the Super Nintendo ports to the front, so you can play your official controllers as well on this. You don't have to stick to the third-party controllers that they have provided. And you also at the back, you've got HDMI output, the composite outputs. You've got the power supply output right there. And yeah, I mean, it seems like this system, you won't be able to use the SNES controller for everything. It will have to be the SNES or the NES controller whenever you're playing the individual system itself. So you can't use the SNES controller to play the NES system as well, which you could do on the Super Retro Trio HD. But yeah, my main thing is that I want to see if it can play the NES games perfectly, if it can play the Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo perfectly with the full, without the borders that you get in the Power Region. So hopefully it will be playing in 60 Hz and not 50 Hz. That is an absolute must. And I'm going to also test to see if it plays my Super Everdrive. So this is for the Super Nintendo, and it should play all the cartridges, all the games off the SD card. So hopefully that'll be working as well. So yeah, I mean, it basically plays both of them right here. You've also got the cutout slot that's designed for the NTSC region as well, so it should fit that. Also, it will fit obviously your normal Super Famicom and Super Nintendo cartridges as well. So they just go in nice and easy right there, and the NES cartridges goes in at the top right there, and just slots in. Yeah, so nice and easy. Comes out quite nicely. Not an issue. Nice and soft. It's a top loader as well, but I really like the fact that it's got the SNES Junior design, which is something that we never had. The American region had it, and I believe the Japanese region also had it as well. They had their Super Famicom style Junior, and the American region got the SNES Junior edition. It's like another iteration of the SNES console, which we never actually had. We just had the standard Super Nintendo version from the design-wise aspect of it. And the system also states on the website that it can play NES and SNES Everdrives. I don't have a NES Everdrive, unfortunately, but I'll test the picture quality with the game. But it does say on the website that it does work with the NES Everdrive as well as the Super Nintendo Everdrive as well, which I do have here to test it with. Other than that, it's just really tricky to find a system that plays 2 or 3 systems in HDMI. It's quite difficult. You have to search it. There's a lot of weird clone systems out there, so it's good to do your homework and just check eBay, websites in general, and then also see in your local region what's available for you to purchase. I personally would prefer to buy from Amazon UK, purely because I just like the reassurance of that website. But you can go directly to the websites as well. TripleM seems to be TripleMGadgets seems to be the only website in the UK selling this specific version. Again, there ain't many clone systems that have this sort of design and the flexibility of playing two systems in one go. So I'm hoping this will do everything I need it to do. But anyway, without further ado, let's go straight into the actual testing of the console itself and let's see how it actually works. I've got the HD Retro Nintendo NES and SNES twin console set up. I've got Super Mario Brothers for the NES, and I've got Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo for the Super Nintendo to test out. We're going to go straight into the 8-bit. I've got my NES controller. Let's launch it. I'm not going to put any music up, but I will test it at some point and see if the music's okay as well. But let's just get into this, and it's looking real good, thank God. Happy about that. I'm gonna quickly just test the music as well, so just to double check that it's all fine. Music is really good, but I'm not gonna put the music into the video just so I don't want to get flagged by Nintendo. But yeah, this is looking real good. It's really sharp. I've tried mucking about with the screen settings. Let's just quickly just muck about with the screen settings, see if we can get a native picture going here. So that's how it just starts off straight away. Original, as you can see, it's like pretty much like a Windows screen, not stretched at all. It's looking real good. So picture format, let's go to stretch, that's how that looks. Advanced, then we go to zoom in, yeah, and fit to screen. Okay, so looking real good. Really happy with that. Let's check out the Super Nintendo, and hopefully the Super Nintendo plays just as good. Fingers crossed, this could be the one to sort out all of my retro console gaming needs. So 16-bit. Get the Super Nintendo controller. Ooh, what was that green? Let's just do that again quickly. Okay. Start it up. Oh, come on. Can you see that? This is actually worse than the Retro Trio HD Plus. Wow. Quite shocked by that actually. It is looking real fuzzy. I mean, can you guys see that? I don't know if it's even playing it in 60 Hertz or not, because I could still see borders. But yeah, even on the camera, you can see it here. It is real fuzzy compared to the NES. This doesn't make sense. I don't know why they can't get the SNES to come out crisp in HD. This is just getting silly now. Come on. All right. Yeah, I mean, just look at that. It's just, oh, it's real bad. I'm gonna probably just test the audio out as well. Okay, audio seems to be absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with the music. It seems to be authentic to how it's meant to be. I'm gonna just toggle with the screen and see if we can get the borders to disappear by default. So let's go to the original view. So I don't know, like, so that's the original view, but you can see if it's going to be a letterbox, technically, if it's going to be a letterbox view for the original mode, technically it should be a bit more of a square if it's 16:9, if it's 4:3 screen aspect ratio. From the widescreen aspect of that, it looks like it's still got the borders. So still not convinced. Let's quickly go and see what else we can do with the screen. So we just go to zoom. Yeah, as you can see here, guys, do you see a difference? I mean, that's the basically the normal view, and you can see it's got a thick border to the top and the bottom, so which means that it's still playing it in 50 Hertz and not 60 Hertz. Just quick comparison, we'll just quickly go and launch the one on the SNES Mini, and you can compare the difference. Okay. Actually, let's quickly just launch the EverDrive as well, just see how that works. Okay, EverDrive's in. Oops. Sad to say, but it seems like I won't get any. Actually, wait. I guess we can try doing a NTSC region EverDrive, NTSC region game. So let's select a game. So we got the European Power ones up there. I'll try the NTSC region. So Street Fighter. Let's go into part 4. So I know in my last video people were asking, were you using a NTSC ROM rather than the PAL ROM? So I'll just double check over here and show you guys that indeed I am going to be selecting an NTSC region game. So you've got Street Fighter 2, this is from the NTSC folder. Have we got Street Fighter 2 Turbo? So I'm looking for Street Fighter 2. Okay, yeah, so this is the ROM name. It says Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So this should be the one from the NTSC region as well. This is the US folder one. So region NTSC, Street Fighter 2 Turbo from the EverDrive. So it should be essentially this game here in the NTSC format via the EverDrive. So let's see if this plays without the borders first of all, so you can see whether that is definitely an issue or not. But I can already see that it's got the grainy effect on this as well, so it just seems to be that this, okay, this looks like it's full screen. I don't see any borders. Okay, looking good, looking good. Let's get into this. Alright, let's just get into the game. Okay, looking a lot larger. Let's just quickly just pause it and let's see what we can. Actually, I'll just leave it playing. Let's see how we can adjust the picture to see if we can. Let's see how it looks originally first. Okay, so that's the original mode, and then the screen. Alright, so that's how it looks like, picture screen mode. And you saw the original mode, yeah? You saw the borders, they hit the reset button. And yeah, you saw the borders. It's pretty much, I mean, it looks good for the border wise. I'm not fully sure if it's cutting out the borders or not, 100% yet. But it looks like it is, or whether it's my TV settings I've done that's doing that. But the grain effect is definitely there, you can see it. It's all over. It's like a very fuzzy, it's almost like it's you're playing in RF mode and you're basically tuning it in. It's got that type of fuzzy aspect to it, which is just I wasn't expecting that. Unfortunately, it seems to be a running trend from that's 2 systems I've now done in HD, and it seems to be that the Super Nintendo is always the one where it just can't play it sharp and clear. It has this real fuzzy hue all over the place, which just looks real bad. Anyway, let's quickly just see how, let's compare this Street Fighter 2 Turbo with the SNES Mini, and we can see the picture difference, yeah? Okay, here we have the SNES Mini. I'm launching that, and you can see from the menu, we're just going to Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And yeah, let's just quickly see how that looks. So you can see the aspect ratio wise, it's there. It's got the 4:3 ratio. I know this is a emulation software, but after seeing the graphics on here, this is what I'm actually looking for now whenever I'm playing any clone systems. And just look at the clarity on that. Do you see the sharpness in that picture? It is spot on. Absolutely no issues there. I can't see any borders as well. So that's playing it in native 60 Hertz, definitely there. I'll just quickly just show you guys what happens if I try to do different formats. So advanced, we go to original, look at the layer box there, and then picture format, flip to screen, and what I'll do, I'll just change the screen display, so we'll do it pixel perfect. Just go back into the game. So just the clarity in that is undeniably very different compared to the clone system. I've just noticed. Whoops, let's go back out there. We got 2 players. Yeah, just oh man, just so disappointed. I wanted this to be the system that plays my other drives, and also my library of cartridges that I do have for the SNES, but unfortunately it's just not meant to be. It seems I'm gonna have to possibly get a console, get my old console modded to have at least HDMI, or to have some form of RGB SCART output, because it just seems like otherwise I'm gonna be having to use these systems, and I really want to use my cartridges rather than have to sort of resort to emulation via these mini systems. Or I could possibly pick up the NES Mini and the SNES Mini and just load them up with games. Possibly that's an option as well. Yeah, I won't be able to put the entire library on there, but it will be a start at least. Yeah, just this annoying. Anyway guys, yeah, that's my comparison of the 2 systems. You can see that the NES is playing absolutely fine as per usual. Never had issue with that last time either, but it seems to be whenever it's the Super Nintendo on these HD trio or dual systems, it just seems to just under deliver when it comes to the clarity of that. So yeah, it's really unfortunate. It's a shame. I'm probably gonna have to return this one as well. Just not happy with the sort of visual graphics, or the visual clarity of that SNES output via the HDMI cable. It should be a lot more sharper than that, not very fuzzy like the way we saw it. So yeah, that's a shame. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching right to the end. Hit a like button if you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to leave any comments if you have any questions. I'll try my best to answer every single one, but do leave your input as well, and what your findings are on these type of systems. And if you've picked one up yourself, do let me know how you're getting on with it, and if you're finding the same issues as I am, because definitely it seems to be a running trend for the HDMI systems, it seems like. Anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you very much for that. And until next time, take care guys. This is Mac. Peace out.